take a cat to screw in a light bulb. He get the banana. Nope, that didn't make sense. Let's try again. What do you call a pastor across the street? He worries the monkey. Nope, still didn't make sense, and there's a very good reason for that. These jokes were actually created by an AI program that had training data of over 40,000 different jokes that it was entered. And clearly it did not do a very good job, because literally none of you laughed. So we'll try that. But no, actually, AI is actually doing some really cool things in other forms of art. Comedy is not the greatest right now, but that's not the only form of art there is. There's different paintings and different drawings that AI is actually creating by itself. One of the coolest things is a program called AI Can, or Artificial Intelligence Creative Adversarial Network, or as I like to call it, words you won't remember. And so what it's doing is it was created by this lab of people at Rutgers University, where it creates its own artwork. And now this is completely different from something that we've seen before. Usually when you think of AI creating images, it's something like this. Faces that we've seen before. You've heard the which one's real, which one's fake. And these are created by a program known as GANs, or Generative Adversarial Networks. Now the way these work is actually really cool. It's a two-part system with a generator and a discriminator. Now an easy way to think about this is that the generator is like a counterfeiter, and the discriminator is like an authenticator that's trying to determine whether what the generator is creating is real or not. And it's a kind of simple process where the generator kind of has some like white noise, random code, then it converts that into some kind of image. And the discriminator also gets fed a real image of what the generator is kind of trying to copy. And the discriminator gives feedback to the generator whether it thought it was real or not. So for an example, the discriminator could say, okay, I see this face, I like it, but maybe it should have eyes. I think humans have eyes. Now that sounds stupid, but that's where it starts in the beginning, with crazy big facts. But as one gets better, as the generator is creating better and better images that look more like human faces, the discriminator is getting better feedback. So it could go from, hey, I don't know, should I have eyes or not, to this one pixel on your forehead looks a little off, let's make it look better. And me saying, oh, it should have eyes is telling the computer to change different pixels to different color, and that ups what it can look like. So the images go from kind of looking goofy at the top to a little bit better and a little bit better. Now, okay, so what? We can create faces, but it's not just faces that it can create. It can generate anything that someone's already given to it. So I'm guessing most, if not all of you know who this is. God, I love her, and I sing Let It Go all the time. But what you might not know is the ridiculous amount of time that it took to create the movie Frozen. It took 4,000 computers 30 hours to create a single frame of this movie. 4,000 computers, 30 hours for one frame of thousands in the movie. That's a ridiculous amount of time. But with generative images, when you have a model just like her, you can create new images in different positions much faster. And what's so cool is that as time goes on, the pictures don't only come out faster, but they also look better. So now we can all enjoy movies like this much more frequent, and also different type of animations. So whether it's for a creative video or a full-blown movie, animations can become so much easier. Well, now GANs are just something that's creating something that's already been done. So I want to go back to the AI Can, which is creating its own images. On the right, we have something that's already been made by an artist, and on the left, we have a computer-made image. Now, this isn't something that a person used a computer to help create. The computer created itself. The AI Can model was given training data of art from the past 5 centuries, not going into specifics on any one style, but a survey course of literally all of the different art styles. So when it creates art, it does something that's completely unique. In art, viewers want something that's both novel and also familiar, something they've seen before, but something new. So the AI Can's parameters has a value where it can't exceed this amount of novelty, but it also has to have a certain amount of novelty, but also conforming to something that we've seen before. So even though there's similarities between the two pictures, you can clearly see the difference between the two. And that's crazy, that a computer is creating its own art. People have said before, art is who we are. It's a self-realization in everyone. art and humans are synonymous. Without one, you can't have the other. But this isn't true anymore. Computers are creating their own art. It's become a non-human thing to happen. And so one of the crazy things about that is now the line between AI and human intelligence is kind of getting blurred. But one thing's for sure, even though we can all dread the day when AI takes us all over, we can at least admire the crazy but also beautiful art AI has created.